And just like that, the awards season is in its final phase, and almost all the precursors have been announced. But the question remains, which film will be crowned the best of the year? Who will take home the most coveted prize of the night? Will it be the blazingly original multiverse extravaganza that has been sweeping the awards, or the worldwide blockbuster that kept the box office afloat? Will it be an adaptation that has already produced a Best Picture winner, or a critically acclaimed tragicomedy about friendships and heartbreak? This awards season has seen a variety of films become the frontrunner at different points, be it Steven Spielberg's semi-autobiographical ode to cinema and his family, The Fabelmans, which won the coveted Oscar-predictive People's Choice Award at TIFF before ultimately losing its momentum as the season progressed, or Martin McDonagh's critical darling The Banshees of Inisherin, packed with his trademark dark humour, which took on the role of the faux frontrunner after pipping Everything Everywhere All at Once at the Golden Globes to win the Best Picture award in the comedy musical category. But not long after, it was given a reality check after missing out on every Best Picture nod at the subsequent awards, including its home turf at the BAFTAs. In this video, we will be predicting the film which is most likely to take home the gold statuette, the major players that might cause an upset on the Oscars night, and take a look at the nominees that have fallen behind in the race for gold. So let's put on our predicting hat and start off with the obvious choice: Everything Everywhere All at Once. The 95th Academy Awards is going to be a ceremony worth remembering, majorly because of the role it could play in opening up doors for future original stories and new age filmmaking if the Academy voters do decide to hand the award to Everything Everywhere All at Once. The Daniels' moving ode to an immigrant experience in its exploration of the multiverse combines several genres that have not always gotten their due in major categories. A win for Everything Everywhere All at Once would mean the Academy giving some much deserved recognition to these genres. The 11 nominations received by the film, the highest at this year's ceremony, indicates cross-branch support and is a testament to the wide appeal of this box office sensation. The film has everything it requires to grab the top prize: 4 acting nominations, a strong chance of winning Best Director, and a probable win for Best Editing.
Thank you. Oh my God.
After its PGA win, it has become somewhat of an obvious choice to take home the award for Best Picture, especially because it utilises the preferential ballot method for determining its winner, just like the Oscars. Moreover, the SAG Ensemble win has further solidified the film's position, as the surge of support for Parasite and Coda after their SAG Ensemble win indicates a trend of winners that is hard to ignore. After all, who doesn't want the endearing cast and crew to give a heartwarming speech at the Dolby Theatre on the 12th of March?
And I've never had such a good time as being with these jerks in this movie, you know.
Will Netflix finally get a Best Picture win? All Quiet on the Western Front. 7 nominations and 0 wins aren't great reading for a production house with big ambitions of getting their hands on the Oscar trophy for Best Picture. But this is what Netflix's record looks like for Best Picture Oscar nominees ever since it broke into the race in 2018. On a couple of occasions, Netflix has come within touching distance of winning the award, but fell at the final hurdle. At the start of the year, no one would have predicted that Netflix's main contender would be All Quiet on the Western Front, a German war drama directed by a relatively lesser-known director, as it followed the trail blazed by the 1930 film adapted from the same novel by getting in at the Oscars race. But can it replicate the feat of the 1930 classic by winning the Oscar for Best Picture?
All Quiet on the Western Front, which the Academy has privileged me to bestow upon Mr. Laemmle.
The film's recent BAFTA sweep with wins in Best Picture, Best Director and Best Adapted Screenplay categories does put it in a favourable position to compete and make things interesting. With 9 nominations, All Quiet looks likely to be the tech category sweeper at this year's ceremony, and the film can ride the late BAFTA momentum to cause a major upset by trumping Everything Everywhere to Best Picture Oscar. It will be exciting to see whether Netflix ends the awards season with another loss, or if it will finally break its losing streak. A tragicomedy challenger? The Banshees of Inisherin. Throughout the Oscar season, only one film has challenged Everything Everywhere All at Once, and that is Martin McDonagh's bleak comedy The Banshees of Inisherin. Martin McDonagh has earlier staked a claim to win the Oscars trophy with his 2017 dark comedy 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, but came up short on Oscar night. Banshees has notched up 9 nominations, more than 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, and stands a good chance of getting at least 2 wins: Best Original Screenplay and Best Supporting Actress for Kerry Condon, a winning combination that has propelled the likes of Moonlight, 12 Years a Slave, Green Book and last year's Coda to Best Picture glory. Even though there are stats that suggest the Banshees of Inisherin could still end up winning Best Picture, at this moment its chances appear slim, especially after a mixed performance at the Precursors.
Are you joking me? I mean, are you feckin' joking me?
It looks most likely to be another year when Martin McDonagh would watch his film falter at the last step. Can a blockbuster win? Top Gun: Maverick. This year, 2 PGA-nominated blockbusters are competing for Best Picture, but as much as they contributed towards keeping the box office alive for the year, the chances of them winning the Golden Statuette are negligible. Avatar: The Way of Water has been out of this race for long, but Top Gun: Maverick was in contention for some time, mainly because of its popularity among the older voters who would show some love for a well-made legacy sequel. But it lost its steam as soon as the nominations were announced, as it was barred from any acting nomination, the director nod, as well as the cinematography nomination, a category in which Top Gun: Maverick was a supposed frontrunner. And now, its recent PGA loss seems to be the final nail in the coffin for the film, as the only chance it had in outshining Everything Everywhere All at Once was the preferential ballot, but now that also looks for naught. Even now, a lot of people consider the film to be the dark horse, but at this point, even that feels like a bit of a stretch.
You're not serious.
Conclusion. So to recap, the film which seems to be the obvious choice to win Best Picture at the moment is Everything Everywhere All at Once, with only All Quiet on the Western Front looking strong enough to present a challenge. The Banshees of Inisherin and Top Gun: Maverick both have an outside shot at causing an upset on the Oscars night, but the way Everything Everywhere All at Once is steamrolling through the Precursors, a situation like this looks highly unlikely. Of all the remaining 6 nominees, The Fabelmans is the only one which ever came close to challenging for the trophy at the start of the season, but that turned out to be a decoy frontrunner at the time and is nowhere close to winning now. Tar and Elvis's position has largely been boosted by their towering lead performances, but looks unlikely to become a major threat in the Best Picture category. As for Women Talking and Triangle of Sadness, a nomination is in itself a win for those films. So for our final prediction of the Best Picture category, we'll also go along with the popular belief and trends to predict a highly satisfying and deserved win for Everything Everywhere All at Once. What do you think of our prediction for the Best Picture category? Which film do you think will win the Oscar? Let us know in the comments down below.